This reading is presented by Read Speaker. Monday, March 8, 2010, The Conscious Convergence, a Wave of Unity, July 17 to 18, 2010, creating the intention for the unity consciousness of the ninth wave of the Mayan calendar. From Johan Calleman. Main article points. The Mayan calendar is about you. According to the ancient Maya, the creation of the universe is affected by 9 waves. We are now approaching the end of the 8th wave and, on top of this, the activation of the 9th and highest level that will cap off the evolution of the universe. This 9th level of the universe is designed to generate unity consciousness. The manifestation of the unity consciousness brought by the 9th level will require an intention on the part of the human beings to co-create this. The Conscious Convergence, July 17 to 18, 2010, is for those that are willing to set the intention to create unity consciousness in the 9th wave of the Mayan calendar system. Creating the intention for the unity consciousness of the 9th wave of the Mayan calendar. In recent years there has been a radically increased interest in the Mayan calendar, and especially attendance. So many ask what this tells us about the future. Surprisingly, many people ask this question as if the answer had nothing to do with themselves or the choices they make. Few seem to have considered that the fulfillment of the cosmic plan will require of them to step up to the role of co-creators with this divine plan. This is not to say that human beings can just create anything they want at any point in time. The waves have consciousness brought by the Mayan calendar still defines the framework of our existence and what we may or may not be able to create in any given era. Yet, only the creativity that is consistent with a new wave will be favored, and this will again be evident as we enter the 9th and highest wave of the Mayan calendar system. It is thus pertinent to ask what consciousness the 9th wave will create and what it will require of us to be able to step up to becoming co-creators with this wave. To address this, we need to consult the ancient Maya and look at their only inscription, which describes the meaning of the end of their calendar, the Torch Garo Monument 6. This says that at that point in time the 9-step entity, Bolan Ute, Fig 1, will descend. What this means in a more straight language is that a combination of 9 cosmic forces, 9 wave movements, will simultaneously manifest fully. In this ancient Mayan way of looking at the meaning of the end of the calendar, there is thus nothing that speaks of an end to the world. Rather, what the end of the calendar system is all about is a completion, or fulfillment, of evolutionary processes that have been going on from the beginning of time and led the world to what it is today. These 9 cosmic forces are the 9 evolutionary progressions, underworlds, each through 13 energies that the prophetic Mayan calendar system is made up from, a system which significant events in biological and historical evolution correlate extremely well with. The different progressions each develop a different frame of consciousness, and currently we are most strongly influenced by the 8th wave. It is however the 9th and highest of these wave movements that will bring about the final shift to unity consciousness that will culminate as the calendar comes to an end. I feel it is imperative to realize that these 9 cosmic forces are not acting separately from the human beings, but through their influence on us, and so they will only manifest in us because the humans align with them. I feel we also need to consider that the co-creation at this highest level requires that we are truly committed to its purpose. It is in preparation of this somewhat mysterious 9th wave that I am encouraging the celebration of the Conscious Convergence, July 17 to 18, 2010, as a point to focus on aligning with the highest and decisive wave of the Mayan calendar system, the 9th wave. Many people have an intuitive sense that the end of the Mayan calendar will bring a shift in consciousness. Yet, it is rarely clearly stated or explained exactly what is the source of such a shift, how it will happen, or what would be its nature. Maybe, however, shifts in consciousness are actually a little less mysterious than many people tend to believe. In fact, shifts in consciousness have been happening from the beginning of time and continue to happen whenever there is a significant energy shift in the Mayan calendar, such as between any of its days and nights. Fig 1. The cosmic pyramid, or the 9-step god, Bolan Ute, whose 9 waves will simultaneously manifest as the Mayan calendar comes to an end. Despite all these previous shifts in cosmic history, I feel however that there is something very special and significant with the new consciousness that may be expected to be generated by the 9th wave. To begin with, for all that we know, it is designed to bring a shift to unity consciousness where the human mind no longer will be dominated by any dark filter, see Fig 2. Will in other words become transparent, and I believe this is the particular consciousness, seeing reality the way it is with no separation, that so many are waiting for. Not just any consciousness, but one that transcends the dualities of the past and aids the human beings to see the unity of all things. The reason that this kind of unity consciousness can be beneficial to the planet and to mankind is that it is one that lives to the transcendence of all separation between man and woman, man and nature, ruler and ruled, east and west, etc. I feel that without the manifestation of such a shift in consciousness, the world will sooner or later come to an end. People with a dualist and separating consciousness are somewhat like cancer cells in the body of the earth with little regard to its larger whole, and would eventually generate a collapse of its ecosystem. Only a shift to unity consciousness will forever stop the unchecked exploitation of the earth and on a deep level make us understand that we are part of creation and need to live in harmony with it. But will such a shift just happen automatically? Fig. 2. Yin/Yang polarities of the human mind created by the 5 highest waves of the cosmic pyramid, Ball and Yukt. As mentioned above, global consciousness shifts have their origin in the resonance with the cosmic forces described by the Mayan calendar. Hence, even though some may temporarily have experienced altered states of consciousness, it is only inasmuch as a shift is induced in accordance with the cosmic plan, as we may understand this from the Mayan calendar, that it will be here to stay. Thus, only with the 9th wave may a shift to unity consciousness be regarded as something whose time has truly come. This is the wave that will cap off all of the previous evolution of mankind and build the bridge that will allow us to enter the new world that will follow upon the end of the calendar. On the other hand, the student of the Mayan calendar will know that in order for a consciousness shift to manifest, the human beings must be in resonance with it and at some point at least subconsciously have made a choice to align with. Hence, a large-scale consciousness shift is not something that can happen against the will of the human beings. Especially at the highest levels of evolution, such as the 9th, it can only happen through human beings that choose to serve as co-creators. Unfortunately, many have been led to believe that there is some physical event to wait for, such as a pole shift, nuclear, sun flares, or a galactic alignment, resulting in a passive attitude that has made the Mayan calendar seem disempowering and events as being outside of their power to influence. I believe, however, that, as the Hopier saying, we are the ones that we have been waiting for. If we make the commitment to do so, we can co-create unity consciousness with the 9th wave. As many readers of this article may have experienced, there are spiritual practices, healing techniques and methods for personal development that in fact do cause temporary shifts in consciousness and the experience of unity of all things. Yet, what seems to be missing for such transformations to play a positive role on a larger scale is the commitment of a critical mass of people to create a world based on such unity consciousness. The idea behind the Conscious Convergence, July 17 to 18, 2010, is thus to create a powerful intention to do so. There is in fact one thing that is always in our power to do, and in the power of all human beings to do, and this is to intend to create and manifest unity consciousness. As the student of the law of attraction will know, all manifestation begins with an intention, and without an intention there is no result. The conscious convergence, a wave of unity, is thus for all those who intend to manifest unity consciousness. It may be important to point out that it is not about intending any shift of consciousness, but one to unity consciousness. It is for those who authentically will say, I intend to manifest unity consciousness. Whatever you believe in, whatever worldview you have, it is still in your power to intend such a shift for yourself and others. The proposed dates are timely for setting the intention to do so, and that leads up to a manifestation of unity consciousness during the 9th wave in alignment with the cosmic plan. Without such a widespread intention, it is doubtful whether there will ever be such a shift on this planet, either individually or collectively. Based on the creation of such an intention in the conscious convergence, it seems natural that people will also want to perform ceremonies and participate in spiritual practices that are manifestations of such a unity consciousness, and seek whatever ways are possible to make permanent its results.